Hello to everyone and welcome to our Mind the Moment Tuesday morning gathering brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. And this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I am very happy to be here this morning with Shanti Douglas, a longtime meditator and mindfulness instructor. Good morning, Shanti.
Good morning. Happy terrific Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you as well. It's so nice to have you here with us this morning. And it's nice to have all the folks joining. So we're happy to see you all coming. So today we'll start off with a question for the group. And then Shanti will lead us in a guided meditation practice and share some thoughts with us. And then after that, we'll have time for questions and comments. And if any questions come up right away, if you can open up the chat and in your the bottom of your screen and click on the drop-down menu, and that gives you an opportunity to see comments from everyone. And if you have any questions right now that you'd like to type in, anything related to meditation, mindfulness, anything like that, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, if things come up, just go ahead and type when the moment hits you. So what would you like to ask the group this morning, Shanti?
Yeah, so, we have Labor Day weekend coming up, and it's a long weekend for most folks. And Suzanne and I were speaking right beforehand about summertime and what we do during our plans, during our weekends even. And creating space is one of those things that's been really prevalent for me as of late. I find that, at least for me, my life tends to be very regulated, very scheduled, very routined. And even taking that moment to block time for space, knowing that I need it. I need it to rest. I need it to renew. I need it to, just create some open space, you could say, so that I can think and be and really feel like what is going on for me. So I can tap into my intuition and really be more present to myself than probably I was as I was going from activity to activity. And if you've ever taken, a long weekend away and just felt really renewed, you might tap into that energy of that spaciousness. So I'd love to hear from people, how do you create that regular sense of spaciousness? Maybe not just on the weekend, not just on that, that long weekend, but even things that you incorporate through the day that give you that bit of openness for yourself. I'd love to see what people do. I'm always looking for new, interesting things to incorporate into my routine for sure.
Yeah, so go ahead and type into the chat anything that seems to nourish you from that standpoint and provide you with that spaciousness. I have to say that I try to do a regular walk during the day. I do find that with my work and other activities, I'm in the house more than I would like at times. So especially with our Zoom world. So I take a walk every day, both with the dog and without the dog. So that's something that, I give myself a little extra space without the dog to go at my own speed. And I love the beach, but obviously I can't do that every day. So those are a few things. How about you?
The lucky ones that live right there. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Invite me over. Let's become best buds.
Yeah, right. What do you do?
For me, going out in nature is really great. Yeah. And, even during the regular week, I have a hammock swing on my tree in my backyard. And I swear it's my favorite thing to go out there and just be on there and look up at the sky. I have a big willow tree and I love to do cloud meditation and just be right there for that, even just for that 10 minutes, it gives me a download. Because oftentimes, at least for me, I find if I'm in even when I am taking my walk or I'm hiking or something, I still might be not so spacious up in my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I've always wanted to have a hammock in my backyard, so that's something to think about. Let's see what other folks have said. Um, Weekends require open space with school-aged kids. Um, I have school-age kids. The sports take every day. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'll meditate or read in the car, or in an open space during practices. Yeah,
What a
we
great
can
use of that
capture.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, we can capture those times. Someone
That are
says, I
right
rarely
there.
do
Yeah.
that. I rarely do it. That's why I'm here, which we're good. We're glad we're giving you a little open space. I walk most days by myself. I meditate while I walk to ensure the time for both during the day. Anything outdoors, beach and woods are best. Definitely,
Great.
definitely.
Yeah.
I also spend quiet time in the garden, enjoying the songs of the birds and hummingbirds feeding from the flowers and squirrels and chipmunks running around playfully. Yeah, that's a nice little nature connection.
Yeah, that's a great visual. The birds and the hummingbirds
Hmm.
garden, which
Yeah,
is so changing all the time. Yeah.
eating lunch outside on the porch. Yeah, that's the thing I need to do more as well. That's a great, just way to get away from our technology. Puttering in the garden. Yes, I need to do more of that with my weeds. And a bike ride.
Nice.
Yeah, those
Great.
are great. Those are great.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for sharing all of that. And
Hmm.
I think it's something to look at, right? Even as a family, what a great conversation to have. How are we creating space for us as a family, and also individually, because I find that that is that time that we can naturally begin to reharmonize our autonomic nervous system, right? We're not in that go, go, go sort of thing. So that can be very, very nourishing and healing.
Yeah, and I remember as a family, we used to. My kids were into kind of intramural sports, not into like major school sports. So we typically had dinner together every night, which uh,
Wow.
is I'm grateful for at this point,
Yeah, that's
because
great.
a lot of things come up at dinner time that you normally wouldn't come up. So, but anyway, yeah, there's places we can find this in many parts of our day. So sometimes being intentional about it is the way to go.
Yeah, just dropping into that moment or two. Anytime, start using the waiting time, the waiting for that meeting to begin, that waiting for the water to heat up, the waiting for the light to change or what have you.
Yeah.
Right? Let me just drop into nothingness, which is really everythingness.
Mm.
Yeah. Take that moment, space. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Stuff.
I thought today we would do a practice with the body as a way of creating space in the body. Where we can be very mind centric as we're moving through our day, and sometimes our body gets dragged along with whatever it is that we're doing. Even if we don't physically have the energy for it, we just keep pushing through. Like, yeah, we just still need to do these things. So creating some space for the body and giving our body appreciation. It's so intelligent. It knows how to heal. It knows how to take care of itself. And when we can provide that sort of that environment in that petri dish, it supports our wholeness. So I'm going to invite everyone to just readjust your posture right now, however that would be, so you feel more comfortable, you feel more aligned, and you can move around. I'm going to invite you to, if you'd like, you can kick off your shoes. Love being barefoot, your slippers, whatever it is that, depending upon where you are, what's going on down below, that's fine.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'll invite you as well to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or simply creating that soft haze gaze. Maybe take a nice breath or two or three, deeper and slower. And as you exhale, feel the energy moving down your body as if that exhalation is cascading all the way down. And begin to pay attention to our feet and our toes. And you can even wiggle your feet, wiggle your toes, sort of like a little toe wave. You're saying hello. And then let your feet and your toes rest on whatever is underneath you. A floor, a rug, the earth. And bring your awareness to the contact of your feet on whatever is underneath you. And that contact comes with an element of just a very light touch. A subtle resting. No need to do anything. And with that attention to your feet and your toes, bring in a sense of appreciation, a sense of gratitude for all the ways that your toes and your feet show up through the day. They work really hard. They're helping us to be balanced, to walk, to kick the ball, to keep us grounded. So bringing that sense of appreciation and gratitude with lots of spaciousness to your feet and your toes. Just let them rest. Now bring your attention to your shins and your calves and your knees, creating a sense of spaciousness, like this part of our body is being held in great space. There's nothing for it to do but simply to be, to relax, to rest. If you have an injury in your knee or pain in your leg, we invite love and kindness and care to it. Spaciousness. Feeling the energy of this part of your body. And now moving your attention up your legs, your thighs, your hips, your seat. So much energy and movement happens with these parts of our body. And again, offering spaciousness, that openness, rest. It's okay not to do. And in that spaciousness, offering appreciation and gratitude for all the supports, all the way that we are able to move. And then bringing your attention to your lower back, to the spine as it moves up, to the shoulders, down the arms and the hands, coming to encompass the front of the body, the chest, the upper belly, the lower belly, this big space of the torso. Both the limbs that we notice on the outside and also all of the organs inside, all of the systems that are constantly, even when we're sleeping, are working to keep us healthy and safe. Offering deep appreciation and gratitude, inviting spaciousness so that all systems can move towards healing and rest and rejuvenation. And you might like to pick one particular part of this part of your body and offer it additional kindness and appreciation or space, especially if it's a place that feels tight and or constricted, hurt. The spaciousness can help to dissolve that tightness, that pain, to lighten it up. And then coming up to the back of the neck and back of the head, around to the front, your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw, your throat, your ears. Even inside your brain. And offering your whole head lots of spaciousness. Lots of ease. Gratitude and appreciation. And coming around now to the entire body, over the next 3 breaths, bringing in spaciousness through the whole body, from your head to your toes and every place in between. Following that sense of spaciousness with deep appreciation and gratitude. And I'll invite a gentle smile on the corners of your mouth, connecting to that energy. And whenever it feels right for you, feel free to reopen your eyes, refocus your gaze. We could spend a lot of time doing that. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Thank you so much, Shanti.
yeah. And I'd love to hear any insights or anything that came up for folks. Insights, questions, sensory awarenesses.
I just love the concept of showing gratitude for parts of our bodies, um, and bringing areas of pain and trying to bring space to that. You know, we've all heard how resistance can cause more pain, but if we can open up and just be, just bring that part of your body some openness. I think we tend to just be hard on, there goes that neck again, that's always sore. But to bring that gratitude to our body, I think it's a lovely thing. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that definitely works, especially if you have physical challenges, like, okay, bringing in that love, and instead of that resistance, right, that hardness. And that's a whole practice right there.
Yeah,
definitely.
Someone also made the comment that they loved the nothingness is really everythingness, which, boy, you could have a whole session about that in itself. But I agree that that's, when we provide that time to have, the nothingness, that's where we can open up to so many different things. So I love that.
And I love you reflecting on that, because it brought up for me that isn't this what we're working for, right? When we go through our life, this is what we're looking for. We're working towards creating that environment, yet somehow we got caught up in all of these other loops of, attachment or agendas, or if I do this, then I'll find that. But really, it's right here. And, peeling off even just one little layer today gives us that insight into that, or it lets the sun shine in to what we're all striving for.
Yes, definitely. I'm just looking at we've got a lot of comments coming in. Felt really good, very calming and peaceful to the mind. I owe more gratitude to my body than I give to it. Yeah, lots of thanks. Love the attention to the feet and the toes. Yeah, I love that too. I think, like you described it, there's a lot of work that part of our body does for us.
Oh, all of these comments are great. Thanks so much for all of those reflections, bringing spaciousness to any and every space in our body, in the smile energy. Yeah.
When you were mentioning about just having that quiet time, or, that we're always working and working towards. I think about like how we work towards retirement and how we think, oh, when we get to retirement, then we'll have this quiet time. And, you know, every day is, we're all happy to wake up every morning and be here, but nothing is certain. So I love the fact that, and it's hard for us to do this, but let's have some time of retirement every part of our day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not waiting, right? That's like pushing it. And I'm easily getting caught up in that as well. And definitely that's been part of my practice over the past few years of right here, right today, What's the gift today? Not even waiting until the weekend for that. And it'll look different on the weekend, that spaciousness or that fun or that appreciation, but right here, today, joy is here. Yeah.
And someone's commented, haha, I have more of a roller coaster in retirement. Yeah, so maybe we should take that quiet time now, because we don't know what retirement will bring.
Yeah, most everybody I know that's retired is busier than they were beforehand. It's just a different busyness. It's kind of like, it reminds me of when you go on vacation to get away from it all, yet you're bringing yourself no matter where you are, right? So we can bring in that habit of, okay, how is it that I want to be through the rest of my life? Let me be that right here and right now. And I'm saying this to myself, I'm saying this to myself. This is something that I talk to myself about every day. Let me be how I want to be for the rest of my little bit of time. Yeah, wherever I go, there I am. Yeah. Some days it's a little frustrating. It's like, really? Can I just leave you at home today?
Well, this has been a wonderful conversation. So really appreciate your guidance and your discussion about this very important topic. And it really resonated with people to bring that gratitude to different parts of our bodies. So
yeah, great fun. Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and someone mentioned what a lovely start to the day. So I second that for sure. So thank you again, Shanti, for being here with us.
Yeah, stay well.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone for joining. And we look forward to seeing you again on Thursday at 8:30. So have a wonderful day, and show that appreciation to yourself today, and give yourself a little bit more of that open space. Thank you again, and we'll see you soon.